that does make me think maybe, just maybe, we should do the research for insulation on our gathering posts, because having our children be susceptible to illness is not great, even if just because they get less work done when they are ill. Lore-wise, what do we have here? So we still got the evening prayers, which I think are good. Field kitchen. Each field kitchen will provide people working nearby with hot meals to keep them warm. Raises the temperature of nearby workplaces by 1 level. Ooh. That's interesting. And then House of Healing. The faith working in the House of Healing will not only heal the sick, but also pray for them, giving them hope. The House of Healing doesn't require engineers, treats the gravely ill, and gives all patients a small hope bonus. Oh, okay. So we can essentially put non-engineers on medical duty? I don't know how good of an idea that is, but it might be worth it. I'm kind of interested in these field kitchens. I'm going to sign it. Keeping people warm at work seems of the utmost importance. I think we should, while we can, upgrade even more hunters' huts here. You know, getting even more of a stockpile of food seems like it's always a good idea. Promise fulfilled. Nice. I'm assuming that was warm houses. It was. Good. Hope is rising. People are now, you know, they're hopeful enough to not join the Londoners. That is good to see. Writing on the wall, Captain, somebody has defaced the walls with predictions of doom for our city. This is troubling. People already fear we'll share Winterholm's fate, and scared minds are always swayed by even the smallest nudges. Send a cleric to reassure the people, or ignore it. Hope will fall, or hope will fall slightly? Hope will fall slightly? I was worried that oh, there it is. Yep. I was going to say, just as we pass, you know, the point where no one's joining, something happens that forces them to join. Gosh dang it. I'm going to build more gathering posts over here. I'm going to put 2 more down. Look at how much coal we have. Jeez. I'm going to put 2 more down, like here and here. And we'll employ yet more people to work there. And I guess the plan after that is probably to get people out of the wall drill. So once we get to 100 steel, we'll build another automaton. We'll unemploy everybody from the wall drill, get them working on the gathering posts, stick the automaton on the wall drill to start getting even more wood coming in, and to also free up people to work on coal. We do have 16 engineers who are unemployed, which I think is fine. Heating-wise, things look okay. It's still chilly in this core area, this middle area, which is not ideal. But I'm going to hold off on building even more bunkhouses in this like really center area, because I do want to get that next automaton going. Let me check the economy here. So we're getting excess food, which is good. Coal, we're getting so much coal. Like such a crazy excess of coal is being generated compared to how much we're using. It's great. Wood is a slightly different story. We took the automaton off wood and have been using wood quite regularly, but we do still have a large amount, so that's fine. Steel is, you know, a similar story as it's always been. We're kind of using the steel as we get it. It's really still our bottleneck here. You can see the line of production is kind of closely following that line of consumption for steel. Definitely the bottleneck of our entire city right now. But there we go. People are back. We have steel, we have wood, we have more cores. So let's go ahead and get another automaton scheduled. I also completely forgot that I built this gathering post at the start of the episode to get that call. I guess it's really not necessary to put people there right now. Over here, we might as well put our engineers to work. Like, there's no reason not to, I don't think. And then how are we doing on heating? Not very well. That's definitely going to be the next bit of research. Gathering post installation. And as much as it does require so much coal, I am going to turn both of those on. Oh, those are now livable now, which is good. So maybe once we get the research going, we can undo those. We can maybe undo a few of these actually, because everywhere is quite livable now. Surprisingly, outside of right next to the generator, everywhere seems to be doing pretty well. And our engineers, which is a bit of a shame because our engineers are doing so much good work. You guys can go over to the walled colony. So we're now much closer to this negative 60 drop, which doesn't last too long. It does come up pretty quickly, but it does make me think that maybe we should look at getting like the generator power upgrade, and then I guess after it maybe the efficiency upgrade. We could even go and get the next range upgrade as well to kind of heat up, you know, even more of the people in our area. Heater efficiency at work could also be useful, but getting the power upgrade I think is going to be necessary to stop people being cold when this drop hits. And I guess ideally, we'd also very much so like to have everybody in bunkhouses for when negative 60 hits, right? A new automaton has been built. I'm sorry guys, you've worked at the wall drill all this time, but it's back to the automatons. And then over here, I don't know if it makes sense to take engineers off and put workers on, I really don't think there's a difference, but I guess we'll do it. And then over here we have another little bubble. Fundamental research. Sir, an engineer is asking for the day off to study an automaton closely. The automatons can be improved. They may be the pinnacle of our technology, but if we've learned to make them, we can surely learn how to make them better. If I take a close look at any machine, I can adjust it to improve its performance. Why should it be any different with them? Carry on with your project or get back to work? Carry on with the project. We have 3 engineers who are not doing anything. Go and improve our robots, my friend. All right, how are these guys doing now? So these are now comfy. So I'm going to turn these off. See, when you turn them off, they go chilly. Despite the new upgrades, which I think is fine. It's obviously not ideal, but I think it's going to have to do for now. People working at the gathering post are just going to be a bit chilly. And then I think we will go for the generator power upgrade next, so that when the negative 60 drop does come, we can, you know, crank up the generator to power 2 and hopefully keep everybody nice and toasty. Speaking of nice and toasty, before I got, you know, cut off there, I was thinking of giving everybody a bunkhouse. And again, I think that's definitely something we want to do before the negative 60 hits. Everybody but these guys, of course, because we don't have enough steel. But as soon as those guys, there we go, we got enough steel. Beautiful. Let's put a bunkhouse there as well. So now everybody should be livable at home for now. Let's heat some homes. Guys, are you losing it? Your homes are so warm. I will heat your homes. We do need to build 2 field kitchens, and we also actually have to build a second house of prayer. I had no idea that that was a thing I had to do. I will do this. I might move our cookhouse to make room for this, because it kind of wants to be, you know, near all of these homes. So you know what? Sure, let's deconstruct that. I'm a little worried that I've kind of set up. Let's pause all of this. I don't think I've ever paused construction in this game, but we only have 9 hours left to build this house of prayer. I don't think much bad is going to happen if we don't build the house of prayer, but in an ideal world, you know, we get the hope bonus from doing that. So ideally, if you guys could come and you know, prioritize the dismantling of this. I know you guys don't have anywhere to sleep right now, and there are 67 homeless people, but you know, if you could like get over here and deconstruct this building, hopefully it won't take you all day, and then we can very quickly throw down a house of prayer next to it, like that. And if you guys could get that built in the next 5 hours, look at that. They're so good. Hope rises. Okay, let's unpause all of these. I wish there was like a select tool to pause and unpause, so I didn't have to click every single building. But this is fine. There's only a few of them here, so we'll do that. Everyone should be nice and warm. We're only 1 day away from the drop. That's fine. Another act of vandalism. Send a cleric to reassure the people or ignore it. I feel like there's no reason to ignore it, right? We might as well send a cleric out to make hope only fall ever so slightly. Keep homes warm. I will keep the homes warm. Cleric beaten. Captain, our priest was assaulted while trying to reassure people disturbed by the Londoners' slogans. We should do something to protect our people. We need the faith keepers to secure the streets. We need the faith keepers to strike back. We shall congregate and pray for them all. So you will have 3 days to establish the faith keepers. You'll have 3 days to establish the faith keepers, but discontent will fall. Hope will rise. And then you will have 3 days to sign the evening prayer law. Hope will rise slightly. I think we'll go with the evening prayer. I don't think we want to give the clerics too much power, right? And we're only a few hours away from a new law. I'm quite happy to sign evening prayer into law. That seems okay. Hope is rising, discontent is falling. People are very happy now that they are warm at home. Everyone's nice and toasty and livable, despite the fact that an impending, you know, temperature drop is almost here. We might have to build another large resource depot for our wood, because we are getting a lot of it. And also, before I forget, let's put down another cookhouse, which for now, I guess we'll put like right here, just because it fits quite nicely and is fairly close to the middle. We also have laws. Let's pass the evening prayer law before I forget. Sign. Let's also run a quick sermon just to raise hope. Why not? And then under technology, there's quite a few that I'm interested in. There's a steam wall drill, so we can get even more wood than we're currently getting. Not a whole lot more. We get 40 extra per day, which is not crazy. I don't know if that's like taking into consideration the automaton or not. We can also make gathering more efficient. They'll work 15% faster, which could also be useful, but it's not strictly necessary. The houses, though, I might go for houses. Those are definitely something I want. Automatons will cost 20 wood and 20 steel less to make, boosting their efficiency by 10%. That seems really good. We're not making prosthetics yet, so that's not necessary. We could look at making the generator better, but I think, you know what, I'm going to go for the automaton upgrade. I know in the long run, getting the cheaper automatons early makes a lot of sense. And we might do that next. I do want to get those houses fairly soon, but I think we'll try and get houses built maybe before the next big drop after this one, like after the, you know, like a -80 drop or something like that. Oh, we've reached the springs. Survivors. Ooh. 7 children and 22 workers. We'll escort them back. We don't have a ton of... I mean, we've got loads of space, obviously, to build more houses. And what I was going to say is we don't have, like, a ton of space near the generator to build more houses. I think I'm probably going to move the medical posts, honestly. Like, these ones are doing fine out here. They don't need to be so close. Also, everybody is so warm. Everybody is downright comfortable. Let's bring the generator down to level 1. No one needs to be that comfortable, which is an odd thing to say, of course, but it's like half of the amount of coal. Our coal's now going to last 5 days. We will, of course, bump up the power to level 2. I assume it auto-upgraded to level 2 when we unlocked that, but we will bump back up to level 2 when the temperature drops. For now, though, Sir, the engineer working on the automaton project is back. He wants to borrow an automaton. I'm close to a breakthrough. I just need an automaton for a day, and I believe I'll be able to process specific modifications that will raise their performance permanently. My man, you can have an automaton. I don't know which automaton you're taking. I'd prefer if you took the one from the wall drill, but to be fair, we've got a good amount of everything, so I'm not really too bothered here. Let's put down another large resource depot, this time for... And I know my building placement is like really janky over here, but we'll put it like all the way out there, and we'll store wood in this one. I think eventually we might have to get like another resource depot for coal, but our automatons are now better, which is good. Let's go for heater efficiency. Now I'm thinking, would it be a good idea, because we're kind of stockpiling everything but food. One of the reasons for that is that we're not employing people at the cookhouse, which is a problem. Let's turn the heating on there as well. Keep them warm. Start making some food rations before people get hungry. But although we are making excess food, we are getting more food. Oh no, well, we're not, because we're not making it. But in truth, we are, as soon as this like actually gets to work, as soon as this gets up to 100% efficiency, we should start to see us gaining excess food. But I think it might not be a bad idea to just put some of our like engineers to work on yet another hunter's hangar. Maybe 2 more, 3 more. You know, maybe take some of the people off the coal gathering job, because we have excessive amounts of coal right now. It is the evening, and so while people are not working, I'm going to dismantle the 2 medical posts. We will rebuild them. At least one of them. I'll put 1 here. I don't think we need 4 right now. And then we'll build 2 bunkhouses in the place that we just took them up from to hopefully prepare for the, 30 people, 29 people who are coming. We might need 1 more bunkhouse, but we can make that happen. Even more survivors. 36 workers, 19 engineers, and 7 children. It's interesting that we can rob them, but we can't take everything with us. Like, we can bring them with us, but if we bring them with us, even if we leave them to their fate, we can't... Okay, so we can't send them to the city without us. We can either escort them, leave them, or rob them. Now, we have got... Can I, back out here? I can't. Okay, I was going to try and, look at how many people we have. Do we need even more people? I think the answer is no. At this point, we don't need more people because, we're slowly replacing everybody with automatons. The more people we have, the more food we need, which is, kind of the big downside. But then again, if we bring these people in, we can just have them work in the flying hunters huts. And so, you know what? Let's take them. I don't know if it's the right thing to do, but it's the right thing to do morally. I don't know if it's the right thing to do, from a survival standpoint, but we will take them. We're going to lose some people to the Londoners anyway, maybe. We should be doing this sermon whenever possible. What do we need for the evening prayer? We need food rations. Okay, sure. And we're quite light on food rations right now. That's okay. Let's assign people to the medical post and also turn the old heating on. Why are people discontent? Overcrowded medical facilities? Do I need more medical facilities? I guess so. We've got 23 ill people, and each medical post can only house 5 ill people without overcrowding. So I guess we'll put another one down. They're still going to be overcrowded, but less so, and hopefully we'll drop below 20 fairly soon. There we go. Promise was broken. You promised people warmth and the promise was broken? Excuse me? Oh, because it dropped to 40 negative. Oh my. Wow, the hope drop. Okay, I was not ahead of the game. When it came to the temperature drop, I should have had that heater coming on sooner so that when the temperature drop hit, people stayed warm. Are they warm enough? No. Even with the generator on level 2, people are cold. Oh no, they're chilly. Okay. In that case, I think our next piece of research is definitely going to be another generator power upgrade, I guess. I really want to get the efficiency going. Burning 10% less coal is huge. I don't necessarily think we need the range just yet. Like, we've got pretty much every house encompassed here. We do have a few buildings that are now too cold to work. And so it's possible that we should throw down some steam hubs. I think I'm okay with the public house not working. That's fine. We do have nobody homeless, which is good. You guys can now go, I guess, over here. Dreadnought Landing. We've got a crazy amount of coal. 4,000 coal is very good. So I'm not too worried about... We've got 6 days worth of coal remaining. So I'm not too worried right now about running out of coal or using too much coal. So we'll go with the power upgrade to try and bring the standard back up to livable, even if it does use more coal. That's already on 24 hours. So that's keeping these warm. I hope. Yeah, there we go. Nice. This one, turn it on. Assign some engineers. Hope has fallen drastically and discontent has risen massively. The cookhouse also will not work if too cold. And thus, I'm going to put this like as close as I can here to try and encompass everybody. But we'll put down another hub to get that back online as well. Over here, I would like to store extra wood. Look at that. We can now store a very large amount of wood. Mild frostbite. A citizen became gravely ill. A steam core is needed. Sir, the engineer working on the automaton project sent in his report. He broke the automaton he borrowed. Now he wants a steam core. This guy. The damage hasn't been for nothing. We can fix the broken machine. And on top of that, we can now adjust the automatons to make them work faster. The engineer is busy again now, but he says he's onto something really exciting. Whoo. Is this like a dead end? Is this just a way to like slow us down? I'm going to give him a steam core. The efficiency of automatons will rise by 5%. Discontent will rise slightly. I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. I know he failed us, but I'm going to do it. I'm also going to schedule another automaton for as soon as we have enough steel to get it going. So where do we not have an automaton now? One of the steel mills is offline. I'm going to take you off of wood and move you onto steel. Also, you guys are very cold. And thus I'm going to put another steam hub down over here. It's a lot of steam hubs, I know, but I think it's necessary. This one isn't even increasing people's temperature. The power upgrade has been researched. Is everybody warm now? Like, are we livable? Give it a second. Look at that. Perfect. Okay, so we can turn these off, even though we've just built them, because, oh no, we can't turn them off. Okay, we can turn them back on. It just means that some people are going to be comfortable. People are hungry, which is not great. A few are persuaded. A member of the Londoners is talking to a crowd. He's trying to scare as many as possible into joining the exodus to London, but his visions of doom ring false in the ears of people who are content with the situation in the city. Let him speak. He'll get more Londoners. Ask the cleric to reassure people, or disperse the crowd. I'll ask the cleric to reassure people. You know, let people know that things are going to be okay. Everything's going to be fine, guys. Don't worry about it. Discontent is quite high. The scouts have returned safely. Oh my goodness, I forgot we have even more people coming. We need so many more homes. I completely forgot. Okay, overcrowded medical facilities. Cold. People are hungry and cold at work. Okay, who's cold at work? I'm going to turn the heating on over here. I thought those were already on. I guess not. We turned them off right when the installation hit. Hopefully this... Oh my goodness, it's freezing over here. Hopefully the steam hub will help with that. Let's send you out to the Frozen Grove. And then back at home, research-wise, let's go with a generator range upgrade. I feel like we have to, just because we now need to build 6 more bunkhouses, which we can almost afford. And those 6 bunkhouses are not going to be within the range of the generator. That one is. That's good. I'm also thinking you put one here because that's near a steam hub. But then after that, we kind of run out of space. So I guess we'll just build it around the church here. They're going to be pretty cold, and I might even move this steam hub down a bit. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense, right? Let's deconstruct that in the evening when no one's at the cookhouse, and let's rebuild that steam hub just a bit further down the road so that the new houses we built here are still warm and the cookhouse is warm. Field kitchen's not built. Gosh dang it. I keep forgetting about my my duties. Oh no. Give me some faith, please. We can't. We've got to wait 2 days. I didn't realize you had to wait so long. But let's have a evening prayer, shall we, everybody? There we go. Hope's rising a little bit. Let's look at purpose. Do we have a way to increase people's hope? The faith keepers, our most devoted believers, will ensure that the righteous are able to work and pray in peace and security. I don't think we can just because of discontent. Is there anything under adaptation? Moonshine. We can give people a little liquor now and then to soothe their aching bodies and souls. Every meal slightly lowers discontent. Eating soup causes less discontent. We're signing it. We're going to give our people, I don't know if that's ethical, but we're going to give our people alcohol with their meals to make them less discontent. Okay? Now, this hub, let's put this like as far back as we can so we can, you know, put more houses here if needs be, which is almost certainly going to needs be because we've got so many more people that we've just taken in. I guess let's try and make this road here as short as possible to preserve wood. Not that we really need to. We've got a ton of wood. We are going to need another depot for coal because we've got so much coal. But again, that's fine. We have so many ill people and still a few homeless people as well. Neither of which, of course, is good. I would like to take down this stockpile. This does not need to be here. Alas, I don't think we can. Mild frostbite. There's nothing I can do at the moment, guys. This is livable, though. That's interesting. Okay, let me put down, before I take care of this, let me put down a few more tents. I think we need at least 2 more, right? Oh, we just need the 1 more. Let's cancel that. Wood theft. Someone has stolen 169 wood from the stockpiles. People are saying that it was the Londoners gathering stockpiles for their journey. It seems this ridiculous idea of leaving to London is gaining traction. I guess we're going to let them beat because we don't have the faith keepers, which I think is fine. It's obviously not fine because discontent is very high right now, and we have 100 people unemployed. My goodness. Okay, medical posts. Let's get these down. I'm going to put like 3 more down. I don't want these to be permanent. We should probably research the infirmary fairly soon. And we should probably also look to trying to keep our people warm so that they don't resort to needing to spend their time in a medical facility. How are we doing on the automaton? We don't have one yet because we don't have the steel. That's fine for now. Go and work in the wall drill. Also, for now, let's get food. I want even more of these flying hunters' hangars. I really should have, like the center of the city is quite well organized. Like the first 2 rings are very well laid out. Everything outside of that is a complete mess right now. But we'll put a few more of these down like out here. Do we not have what it takes to build more than 1? Oh, we don't. It's 40 steel per hunter's hangar. We've just got enough to build 2. All right. We will, of course, build a street out there. We're doing okay on food, for now at least, but actually we're not because we've just taken in like 100 new people, which in hindsight probably wasn't the best idea. Like a large number of them might be going to join the Londoners. How long do we have left here? 8 days. Okay. The thing is, I think we're doing a pretty good job of keeping people warm. Not a crazy good job. This person here is probably not enjoying what I'm doing here, but I think for the most part, people should be fairly happy with how warm they are, given that it's negative 60. So we're going to go up to 40, and then on day 26, we're going to go down to 70, which is not ideal. These flying hunters hangars are good because they hire so many people. And hopefully we're now getting more food. We are good. We're going to start to stockpile food, which is fantastic. And then once we have that generator range upgrade, hopefully we can warm a few more people up. Yeah, level 3. So now, can we like turn this off? That's going to make these too cold, right? Yeah, these are freezing. Okay, I guess we'll keep it on. We only have to keep it on for a day because it's almost 1 warm anyway. A huge success. Sir, the automaton project is complete. Automatons can now be produced at a lower cost and used in medical facilities. We learned to modify the automatons with precision attachments, allowing them to work on the most fragile things we know of, the human body. It also turns out we can remove some non-essential parts. Automatons can now be used at medical facilities. The cost of automatons falls by 5%. Nice. Nice, nice, nice. So at that point, I think it's definitely worth unlocking the infirmary. Although, cookhouses will be warmer. That could be useful because we do have a heater that's basically just keeping a cookhouse warm right now. But let's do this as soon as we get some steel, just so that we can build the infirmary, because the infirmary can hold more people. And so the idea here is that we can get rid of all of our... Although, to be fair, I was going to say we can get rid of all our medical posts and then, you know, put down 1 or 2 infirmaries and have automatons work there. But there's no need, right? Like, we have people ready to work. There's no need to replace people with automatons when we don't need to, right? We have an excess of engineers right now. So I think instead it's tier 5. We need to get 75 steel, and then we can start looking at that next tier. In the meantime, let's get 25 steel and let's unlock houses. And then what we can do is we can start, you know, especially for the outer edges of the city, you know, the places that are not within the generator's range, we can start building houses there and hopefully keeping those people warm. Speaking of warm though, the day is coming. A new automaton has been built. Fantastic. First amputee. To save the patient's life, we had to perform an amputation. As a result, the person won't be able to work. We must do something about it, or I see. I'm going to say I see right now. We can sign the prosthetics law later on down the line to allow us to build prosthetics at the factory. Also, our food rations are almost out. We get 1,800 extra food space if we build a big old large resource depot for food, which I think we might do once we get enough steel going here. Scouts have reached the Dreadnought landing. All right, hopefully something good. Hopefully not more people. Steel, wood, and steam cores. Fantastic. That is exactly what I want to see. A lot of steel, a lot of wood, and an extra steam core. Brilliant. Please, you know, head on to Tesla City. It's not too far away. And then come back after the fact. We do have one automaton not doing anything right now, and so you are going to go work at the wall drill. Apparently we've got 1 vacancy at the gathering post. We'll put a child there, why not? We do still have vacancies here, although I don't want to turn the heating on there, so I'm going to leave that off. And again, much like the start of the episode, we've done a lot today, actually, and this episode again has gone on for a rather long time. But we've done a lot. We have a similar amount of steel to where we started. We have got a crazy amount of coal. Only 2 days worth. It's crazy. But if we look at the economy, I bet our coal usage recently has skyrocketed. Look at that. Jeez. Less than 1,000 per day, and now our estimate is over 2,000 per day. They get chilly if you turn them off. Maybe to be expected, because of the fact we can turn this off now as well. The automaton, I think, can work in a freezing condition. Hopefully, this is freezing despite the fact that people are working there. We have a spare automaton. We have 4 automatons. We do. Let's unemploy everyone there and put the automaton there, and then turn the heating off. Because if it's freezing no matter what, then we might as well. This is looking better over here. People are a little warmer now at the coal mine, which is good. People are still a little chilly over here, but that's, you know, not much we can do about that at the moment. I don't want to put down another steam core. But ideally, what is going to happen is any second now, the temperature will rise. We can kick the generator down to maybe second or even first gear to offset that. And hopefully everything will be good. People are getting fed, which is always great. Discontent is falling, but then again, it did just rise for this. Another theft. We have to let it be, because we don't have Faith Keepers. Maybe we need to unlock Faith Keepers. The discontent will rise temporarily while we get them, but then we can stop these big discontent rises later on down the line. Explore Tesla City. Ooh, something went wrong here. So we can explore the city. The scouts will try to disable the electronic discharge or stay away from the city. Let's risk it. We've seen a thing or two in our lives, but nothing has ever frightened us as much as this blasted lightning, until we figured out how to switch it off, that is. Now we'll be able to open an outpost here. Ooh, so you can get 1 steam core per day by setting up an outpost there. Interesting. There's also one here, actually, that I didn't know about. An outpost here can deliver 150 wood per day. Is there really no way to get steel? We'll head on out to the fishing village. I have to assume that one of these, maybe the Frozen Grove, maybe the Snow Cliff, will allow us to put an outpost down for steel. Because right now we only have one more place to put an outpost. Like, we'll pause real quick and we'll look at Outpost Depot. There's only one more spot, so we can only have 2 outposts going at any given time. And so I do want to hold off on putting like one down for wood or one down for steam cores until we get like a fuller picture, right? People are angry about the thefts. A crowd has gathered demanding that you stop ignoring the recent thefts. They will soon repent for their sins. You will have 3 days to sign the public penance law. I won't do anything about it now. Or disperse the crowd, which you can't do. I guess we'll sign the penance law in a few days. I actually don't know what the penance law is. The Londoners have gained followers. They have a lot of followers. But I'm also not going to lie to you here. If 87 people leave right now, we might just be in a better situation. Like, we can still build more automatons, you know, and in fact, I'm not going to build one just yet because we don't need to. And maybe we can put the steel towards like building houses or something. But if these people left, we can suddenly move everybody to the warm houses and still use our automatons to collect all of the resources. So, I mean, I think we're fine. The temperature is falling, so I'm going to bring this down a level. Look at that. Everyone's comfortable. Hopefully, look at that. Hope is rising. Discontent will hopefully fall. People are so ill. I think we definitely have to do the, Did we pass the law? No, medical post upgrade. Let's do that. Let's get people healthy faster. Also, houses. How expensive are houses? A house requires 35 wood and 25 steel. Do you get resources back? You do. So this only takes 20 wood and 10 steel because you don't have to pay the full price if you're building on top of a bunkhouse. So, even at level 2, people are still warm. How about level 1? Are people still warm at level 1? It looks like it. That's good. Now, if I was to turn this off, how are we doing over here? Not great. It's like this, yeah, so like these 3 bunkhouses. The cookhouse is still doing fine. The medical posts are doing fine, but like these 3 cookhouses could do with being actual houses. And I feel like the same's probably true over here. I'm not going to dismantle the steam hubs because we're going to get a drop to negative 70 pretty soon. And that drop is obviously gonna hit us, and we would like to be able to, you know, keep everything going when that does hit. But for now, everybody is livable. A few people are getting housing upgrades to make sure that they're livable when they're far away from the generator, which is also good. As scouts have arrived at the Frozen Grove. There is wood here. I will take the wood. And we'll go over here just because, again, it's close. I don't want to have to walk all the way back to walk all the way over again. And then also a fishing village. Steam cores. Nice. No place for the weak. The fishing village used to supply the Tesla city with food. Searching it, we found a letter. Mike, don't return to the city. Tesla is a madman. He cast out all the amputees, all the sick. Jerry's parents and old Beth are among them. There will be blood, that's for sure, and soon. The village was left in order. We could send people here to start fishing. Ooh. Leave the village intact, or dismantle it and get wood. Let's leave it intact. Again, much like with the coal mine here, it seems like it could be useful. So we can set an outpost up here to get 100 raw food per day. That is interesting. 3 steam cores, eh? I think... Let's head on to the research station. Again, I'm so tempted to just keep going because these are all so close, but I have a feeling we're going to lose all this stuff if we're not careful. But that could be useful. Again, I do kind of want to hold out hope for a steel outpost later on down the line, but the food one could definitely be useful. Speaking of food, real quick, before we wrap up this episode, let's put down another large resource depot, like all the way back out here with the other one, because we are full up on food. And also, we do have to sign the penance law, which is... Oh, we have to get Faith Keepers. All right, we'll sign Faith Keepers in. Discontent's going to rise. And then after that, we can then go ahead and sign the penance. I guess we'll build the Faith Keepers. Maybe like over here for now. Medical post research is done. Fantastic. Healthcare installation. Medical posts, infirmaries, houses of healing, and care houses will be warmer. Yes. This seems good. We might even be able to get rid of our steam hubs if we can get that going. There are still people homeless, but the day is over, and so hopefully these houses are almost done being built. Let him speak. Again, we'll use the clerics. I don't think that raises discontent, so I think we're okay. There are 91 people with the Londoners, which in my opinion is madness. United by faith. So we're holding an evening of prayer this afternoon. Plenty of people are here. They're praying, but they're also talking and laughing. I haven't seen anything this heartening in our city for a long time. It's really brought the community together. Good. We'll also do a quick sermon to bring hope up because we need it. And then hopefully we can get these buildings done. And then I think we'll wrap it up there, guys. Next time we'll come back. We will press on. We'll deal with this negative 70-degree weather, which I think we're pretty well prepared for. Our biggest problem here, and let's go ahead and assign some people as being faith keepers. There we go. And then in 1 day and 3 hours, we can sign the public shaming law. Discontent did fall there, which is fantastic. But, oh, we have a new cutscene. All our troubles are trivial in the face of eternity. Those who seek hope, raise your eyes to the heavens. Our faith will guide us through the ice. Faith is our only hope in this frozen hellhole. Let us pray. Have faith, brothers and sisters. We shall see the spring yet. Okay. Little worrying. I don't want the church to overthrow me, which they might do. But over here, more food rations is what I want to store, because that's the one that we're kind of filling up on. But for now, guys, I'm going to go ahead and wrap up today's episode of Frostpunk there. As always, if you did enjoy the video and you want to see more in the future, go ahead and hit that like button. It really does help out a lot. Leave a comment down below, subscribe if you're new here to get notified as soon as new videos go out. As always, thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.